Welcome to the third annual Black History Month celebration here in the San Geronimo Valley. In 1915, time was first set aside to honor Black history. In 1926, it expanded to a week and coincided with the birthday of Abraham Lincoln. In 1976, Gerald Ford proclaimed February Black History Month. We gathered together this evening to honor the art and persona of Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, or Dr. Maya Angelou as she preferred to be called, was a poet, a journalist, dancer, political activist, world traveler, a mother, an actress, composer, filmmaker, and a college professor. She published essays, poetry, and 7 autobiographies. Dr. Angelou received dozens of awards and more than 50 honorary degrees. Marguerite Annie Johnson was born on April 4th, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri, the second child of Bailey Johnson, a doorman and Navy dietitian, and Vivian Baxter, a card dealer and nurse. Raised in part by her grandmother in Arkansas, when she was 14, she and her brother moved to Oakland, California to live with her divorced mother. Before graduating from George Washington High School in San Francisco, she worked as the first Black female streetcar conductor in that city. She studied dance. She toured Europe with a production of the opera Porgy and Bess, and she moved to New York City, where she published for the first time. Maya was known for authoring many collections of quotations. A particular series was always designed to give inspiration to her audience in a certain way. But before we go any further, let me introduce you to the Cabaret Underground Band. Jeff Labies is back again on keyboard. His son, Theo Labies, is on bongo. Theo. All the way from the East Bay, we have Marty Garner. Now, Marty is Mwanza's cousin. He's sitting behind the tubs. Our very own Melvin Bell is blowing cool on the saxophone. And our special guest artist is Gail Muldrow on vocals and guitar. And the mastermind of this extravaganza is the irrepressible Mwanza Faraha. Oh yeah. And Mwanza created the arrangements for this entire show. And now, from Maya Angelou's series inspiring the listener to become a better person, the Cabaret Underground Band will perform quotations set into the format of the blues, followed by sounds like pearls set into African rhythms.
Head down, head down now. You're ready to get down. Head now. I call this the song of quotes. Nothing will work unless we do. Nothing will work unless we do. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated, and nothing will work unless we do. Nothing will work unless we do. Nothing will work unless we do. In diversity, there is a beauty. In diversity, there is strength. And nothing is gonna work unless we do. We can learn to see each other and see ourselves in each other, and recognize that human beings are more alike than we unlike. Nothing will work unless we do. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. I know for sure that love saves me, and that is here to save us all. Come on! Hey. Got my fan. I'm gonna call her name. This is Gail Muldrow, y'all. Nothing will work unless we do. Nothing will work unless we do. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. Nothing will work unless we do. Ooh, woo, 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 woo. Nothing's gonna work unless we do. Nothing's gonna work unless we do. In diversity, there is beauty. In diversity, there is strength. Nothing will work unless we do. We must learn to see each other and see ourselves in each other too, and recognize that human beings are more alike than we are unlike. Nothing will work unless we do. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. I know for sure that love saves me, and that is here to save us all. And nothing will work unless we do. Like people will forget what you said, forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Say that again, please. I said people will forget what you said, forget what you did, but we'll never forget how you made them feel. Now, when someone tells you and shows you what they are, believe them then. The first time. Ha ha. The first time. Ha ha. What you're supposed to do when you don't like a thing is change it. But if you can't change it, change the way you think about it. Don't complain. Courage. Courage. is the most important of all the virtues. Because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently.
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 Over and over. Perfection.
If you only have one smile, give it to someone you love.
Someone you love.
Why?
Love recognizes no barriers.
It jumps,
It hurdles.
leaps,
It forces
penetrates walls.
to arrive at its destination full of hope.
Sounds like pearls rolling off your tongue to grave the eager airborne ear. Sounds like pearls rolling off your tongue to grave the eager airborne ear. Doubt and fear, ungainly things with blessings disappear.
John William Coltrane, also known as Train, was born in 1926 and died in 1967. During his life, he became one of the most significant saxophonists in music history. Early in his career, he worked in the bebop and hard bop idioms. His musical offerings became increasingly spiritual as he grew older. The poem Weekend Glory appeared in Maya Angelou's book, Phenomenal Woman. Here it is, paired with John Coltrane's arrangement of My Favorite Things.
Some cliquey folks don't know the facts, posing and printing and putting on acts, stretching their backs. They move into condos up over the ranks, sell their souls to the local banks, buying because that they can't afford, driving around town acting bored. If you want to learn how to live life right, then you ought to study me on a Saturday night. My job at the plant ain't the biggest bet, but I pay my bills and I stay out of debt. I get my hair done for my own self's sake, so I don't have to pick, oh, and I don't have to rake. Can you guys hear this piano? It's okay. Need to turn it up just a hair. Take the church money out and head cross town to my friend girl's house where we plan our rounds. Then we meet our men and we go to a joint where the music is blue and straight to the point. Folks write about me, they just can't see how I work all week at the factory, then get spruced up and laugh and dance and turn away from worry with a sassy glance. Ooh. They accuse me of living from day to day. Who are they kidding? So are they. My life ain't heaven, but it sure ain't hell. I'm not on top, but I call it swell. If I'm able to work and get paid right and have the luck to be black on Saturday night. If I had the luck to be black on Saturday night, and these are a few of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things.
Okay. Dr. Maya Angelou collaborated with Quincy Jones. He arranged her lyrics for a film called For the Love of Ivy, recorded by B.B. King in 1968. Here's Marty with You Put It On Me.
I'm putting it on my cousin, y'all. Here.
They say there ain't no woman that you can trust. They all use juju and foofy dust. But I won't argue, baby. No, I won't raise a fuss. I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad. Girl, you put it on me. I got pretty women in every town, and I played so hard when the sun goes down. But you stopped my partying, baby. Girl, you stopped my partying when you came around. Yes, you did, baby. But I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad you put it on me. You put it on me, baby. Play some guitar, Gail. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Woo! If I hollered for help, the doctor would come. If I asked for medicine, baby, you know he'd give me some. But that wouldn't cure me, baby.
What you talking about, baby?
No, that wouldn't be no fun. Ah, look out. Girl, you just keep on, you just keep on, you just keep on. Girl, just keep putting it on me. Keep putting it on me, mama. That's right. Girl, you keep putting it on me, baby.
Put it on me.
You're just too much, you're just too much, mama.
Putting it.
Woo!
Putting it on me.
Baby, you just keep putting it on me, baby.
Putting it on me.
Just too much for me, girl. No, no.
Keep putting it.
Let me tell you
Putting it
one
on
thing.
me.
I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad that you just keep keep putting it on me. Woo! Too much, baby. Thank you. All right.
Paul Laurence Dunbar was a black American poet who started to write poetry when he was a little boy. He published several books before he died in 1906 at the age of 33. Maya Angelou admired his poem, We Wear the Mask. It inspired her to include it in the context of her poem by the same name. She embroiders on the concept as we now do. Mwanza tweaks it with John Coltrane's arrangement of Duke Ellington's In a Sentimental Mood. Here they are.
We wear the mask that grins and lies. It shades our cheeks and hides our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile with torn and bleeding hearts. We smile and mouth the myriad subtleties. Why should the world think otherwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but oh my God, our tears to thee from tortured souls arise, and we sing. Oh, baby doll, now we sing. The clay is vile beneath our feet and along the mile, but let the world think otherwise. We wear the mask. When I think about myself, I almost laugh myself to death. My life has been one great big joke, a dance that's walked, a song that spoke. I laugh so hard, I almost choke when I think about myself. 70 years in this man's world. The child I works for calls me girl. I say, yes, ma'am, for working's sake. I'm too proud to bend and too poor to break. So I laugh until my stomach aches when I think about myself. My folks, they can make me split my side. I laugh so hard. I nearly died. The tales they tell, they sound just like lying. They grow the fruit, but they eat the rind. So I laugh until I start to cry when I think about myself and the folks and the children. My father sits on benches, their flesh count every plank. I can't see it. The slats leave dents of darkness deep within their flanks. And they gnaw the broken candles, all waxed and burned profound. They say, but sugar, it was our submission that made your world go round. There in those pleated faces, I see the auction blocks, the chains and slavery coffles, the whips and lash and stock. My father speaks in voices that shred my fact and sound. They say, but sugar, it was our submission that made your world go round. They laugh to conceal their crying. They shuffle through their dreams. They stepped and fetched the country and wrote the blues in screams. I understand their meaning. It could and did derive from living on the edge of death that kept my race alive by wearing the mask. Sandy made the mask.
One of her most well-known poems and published in 1969, Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, placed her in front of the whole world. You will next hear and see a splicing together of that poem with one of her songs called Run Joe. Run Joe was first recorded on her 1957 album entitled Miss Calypso. It was also featured 10 years later in the 1967 movie Caribbean Heat, starring Angie Dickinson. Here is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings.
Lord, 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 Lord. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream to the current ends. He dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. Lord, 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 Lord. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat and he sings. Lord, 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 joy, 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 joy. Joe and Mo run the candy store, selling fortunes behind the door. The caps grabbed Mo and Joe ran out. A brother Mo, he began to shout, run Joe, while the man at the door, run Joe. The man, he won't let me go, run Joe. Run as fast as you can, run Joe. The police holding me hand. Lord, 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 Lord. The caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown but longed for still. And his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Hide the crystal ball by the fence so they won't find no evidence. Get somebody to tell a lie so I have me an alibi. Hurry home, get in the bed, call the doctor, tie up your head. Get somebody to go my bail, cause I don't wanna stay in this rotten jail. So run Joe, while the man at the door, run Joe. The man, he won't let me go, run Joe. Run as fast as you can, run Joe. The people, they holding me hand. Lord, 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 Lord. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat and he sings. When they take me before the charge, I'm gonna deny the charge. When the judge asks me how I plead, not guilty, judge, most decidedly. You can see, judge, at a glance, I'm just the victim of circumstance. So run, Joe, while the man at the door, run, Joe. The man, he won't let me go, run, Joe. Run as fast as you can, run, Joe. The police holding me hand, run, Joe. Run as fast as you can, run, Joe. The man, he stand at the door, run, Joe. Run as fast as you can, run, Joe. The people, they holding me hand. Of all the nights to forget my fan.
What?
I did.
From the 1978 book, And Still I Rise, Mwanza and Gail bring to you the poem Phenomenal Woman alongside John Coltrane's Central Park West. Phenomenal Woman.
Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built a suit or fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride in my step, the curl in my lips. I'm a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman. That's me.
I walk into a room just as cool as you please. And the men, they either stand or fall down on their knees. Then swarm around me a hive of honeybees. I say, it's in the fire of my eyes, the flash of my teeth, the swing of my waist, and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman. That's me.
Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say, they still can't see. I say, it's in the reach, the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, and the grace in my style. I'm a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me.
Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, in the palm of my hand, the need of my care, and the bend of my hair. 'Cause I'm a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me.
Instead of the spoken word, the poem Still I Rise will be sung as a blues.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may tread me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Or why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like the moon and like the sun, with the certainty of the tide. Just like hope's springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo!
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Turn your piano up. Yeah. We're gonna get a drummer song on this one. Come on, Theo. Theo is 12, you guys. That's Theo Levy's. Does my hauntiness offend you? Don't you take it off hard, 'cause I laugh like I got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise, 'cause my sexiness upset you. Don't you come as a surprise that I dance like I got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history, shame, I rise up from the past that's rooted with pain. Well, I rise, yeah. I'm a black ocean leaping in wide, I rise. Welling and swelling, I bear the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream, the hope of the slave. And I rise, and I rise, and I rise. Hey, I rise, hey, I rise, I rise, I rise, yeah. And I rise, and I rise, I'm a rise, I rise, just like the air, I rise, just like the smoke, I rise, and I rise, I rise, and I rise, I rise, and I rise, and I rise, I Miss Mwanda Farrar, y'all. Give it up for that girl.
Thank you.
Amazing. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much. This was a lot of work, so I really thank you for this.
Brava, brava, brava. All right. That was nice.
Robert Frost read at the inauguration of John F. Kennedy in 1961. 32 years later, on January 20th, 1993, Dr. Maya Angelou became the second poet ever asked to read at a presidential inauguration. She read her very public poem at Bill Clinton's inauguration, On the Pulse of Morning. On the Pulse of Morning is set to John Coltrane's Naima, and at the end of it, we will slide right into the Banana Boat Song, which also honors her movie, Miss Calypso, and we want you to join us at that time. You'll know when to sing, you'll know. Here we are in the Pulse of Morning.
A rock, a river, a tree. Hosts to species long since departed. Mark the mastodon. The dinosaur who left dry tokens of their sojourn here to our planet floor. Any broad alarm of their hastening doom is lost in the gloom of dust and ages. But today, the rock cries out to us clearly, forcefully, come. You may stand upon my back and face your distant destiny. But seek no haven in my shadow. I will give you no hiding place down here. You, created only a little lower than the angels, have crouched too long in bruising darkness, have lain too long face down in ignorance, your mouths spilling words armed for slaughter. The rock cries out today, you may stand on me, but do not hide your face. Across the wall of the world, a river sings a beautiful song. Come rest here by my side. Each of you a bartered country, delicate and strangely proud, yet thrusting perpetually under siege. Your armed struggles for profit have left collars of waste upon my shore, currents of debris upon my breast. Yet today I call you to my riverside. If you will study war no more, come clad in peace, and I will sing the songs the Creator gave to me when I and the tree and the stone were one. Before cynicism was a bloody sear across your brow, and when you yet knew, you still knew nothing. The river sings and sings on. There is a true yearning to respond to the singing river and the wise rock. So says the Asian, the Hispanic, the Jew, the African and Native American, the Sioux, the Catholic, the Muslim, the French, the Greek, the Irish, the rabbi, the priest, the sheik, the gay, the straight, the preacher, the privileged, the homeless, the teacher. They all hear the speaking of the tree. Today, the first and last of every tree speaks to humankind. Come to me here beside the river. Plant yourself beside me, here beside the river. Each of you, descendant of some passed on traveler, has been paid for. You who gave me my first name, you Pawnee, Apache, and Seneca, you Cherokee Nation, who rested with me, then forced on bloody feet, left me to the employment of other seekers, desperate for gain and starving for gold. You, the Turk, the Swede, the German, the Scot, you, the Ashanti, the Yoruba, the Kru, bought, sold, stolen, arriving on a nightmare, praying for a dream. Here, root yourselves beside me. I am the tree planted by the river which will not be moved. I, the rock. I, the river. I, the tree. I am yours. Your passages have been paid. Lift up your faces. You have a piercing need for this bright morning dawning for you. Be unlived, and if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Lift up your eyes upon the day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. Women, children, men, take it into the palms of your hands and mold it into the shape of your most private need. Sculpt it into the image of your most public self. Lift up your hearts. Each new hour holds new chances for new beginnings. Do not be wedded forever to fear, yoked eternally to brutishness. The horizon leans forward, offering you space to place new steps of change.
Here on the pulse of this fine day, you may have the courage to look up and out upon me, the rock, the river, the tree, your country, no less to Midas than the mendicant, and no less to you now than the mastodon then.
Here on the pulse of this new day,
you may have the grace to look up and out,
and into your sister's eyes,
into your brother's face,
your country,
and say simply,
very simply,
with hope.
good morning.
Day-o, day-o. Daylight come and me one go home.
Day, me say 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 day, oh. Daylight come and me one go home.
I work all day and I drink all rum.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Stack banana till the morning come.
And daylight come and me wanna go home.
Say come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
And daylight come and me wanna go home.
Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
And daylight come and me wanna go home.
Lift 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch.
And daylight come and me wanna go home.
Lift 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
A beautiful bunch of ripe banana.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
It hides the deadly black tarantula.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Day, me's a day.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Day, me's a day, me's a day, me's a day.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Well, I work all night and I drink all rum.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Stack a banana till the morning come.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Yeah, come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Daylight come and me want. It's your time to get up.
6 foot, 7 foot,
Stand up and move it. Daylight come and me want go home.
Said 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Well, a beautiful bunch of ripe banana.
Daylight come and me want go home. Hide the daily black tarantula. Daylight come and me want go home.
Say, come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Here come Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Daylight come and you wanna go home.
Day, he's a day.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Day, he's a day. Yeah,
Daylight come and you wanna go home.
day, he's a day. Daylight come and me want to go home. Day, he's a day. Daylight come and me want to go home. Telling me, but okay. Am I supposed to walk off? Huh?
Me want go home. Stomping on till the morning come.
Daylight come and me want to go home.
Me say, come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Daylight's come and me want to go
Me say, come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Daylight's come and me want to.
Come on, Tails and
Tally, tally me banana. Daylight
Bring the bongos.
come and
Play.
me want to.
keep playing.
Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and
Go over there. Daylight come and me one go home. Sandy White, Melvin Bell, Theo Labies, Jeff Labies, my cuz that I've only known for 2 years, Mr. Marty Gardner. Okay, Marty, play them sticks. Get up. Come on, Marty. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all give him some applause as he exit stage right. And our special guest artist for this year's Black History celebration, I am so proud and honored to finally have gotten to meet this wonderful, talented woman. She has been the musical conductor for this. She has worked with me tirelessly on this so that you have what you got up here tonight. I mean, every day she was really the one that helped put this together. It was nothing but a she thing, Miss Gail Muldrow. Color me banana, daylight come on. Oh, I want to thank in the back, sitting at the board, that is Leonard. Leonard is from G Mixing, and Ed Dukowski is on the video. Daylight come and me one go home. Day, me say 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 day, oh. Daylight come and me one go. Thank you and good night. Oh, Miss Bawanza Farrar, give it up, y'all. Come on. Wow.